I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So gone. Yes.
Alright, Deric B. Armament and Axes here. Not going to do an unboxing, but more of an introduction video, I guess. This is my first attempt at an AR build. I actually got a complete Anderson lower, but the only original parts that are still on it are the grip and the bolt catch. Everything else has been custom done. I take that back. The buffer tube is still original, but I did replace the buffer spring and the buffer on it. Put this stock on it. I put in a nickel boron bolt carrier group. It's got an ambidextrous charging handle. I got this upper from 22 Mods, actually. I did Cerakote the buffer tube red, Cerakoted this M-Lock gray. You might sense a little theme going on here. And Steve, my Ohio Wolverine, I love you, man. Don't think I don't. And it's chambered in 223 Wylde. Most of you, I'm sure, already know what 223 Wylde is, but it shoots 5.56 and 223, and in theory, you don't lose accuracy when you go down to 223. We're going to do a little experiment today. We are going to send some 5.56 rounds through both this 223 Wylde and this 5.56. Each of these has a 16-inch barrel with a 1 1/8 twist. And I know there's other factors that go into the accuracy of this, but we're going to send the same 5.56 ammo through both of them, and then the same 223 ammo through both of them, and see if there is any significant difference in the accuracy. I've never really experimented with this, so I don't know. Based on what I've read online, I mean, at 100 yards, when you go down to 223 rounds in a 5.56 rifle, supposedly you can lose up to an inch and a half of accuracy. And in the grand scheme of things, is an inch and a half all that big of a deal? Well, ask any woman that question and see what she says. So we're going to try this out, do its little experiment today, and see how it goes. So let's send a few rounds down range and see what happens. All right, we got some targets at 100 yards, but 100 yards right here. First, we're going to run some 5.56 ammo through the Ruger 5.56. Again, both of these have a 16-inch barrel, 1 1/8 twist. We're going to kind of shoot for group. I'm not sure exactly how well this is zeroed. It should be on paper, I hope. And see if there is a really significant difference between 5.56 and 223 going through both rifles. So let's see what we got. All right. First target I'm going to go for bottom right. All right, that was a little low and right, but again, we're going to shoot for group here. Not bad on the 5.56. I mean, it's fairly close. Yeah, that one's a flyer. Okay, that's a little tighter. A little tighter. All right, not spectacular. I've actually seen this shoot better at 100 yards before, so we're going to use the same 5.56 ammo and try it through the 223 Wylde, and let's see what we get with this. All right, we get the same 5.56 ammo. We're going to run it through the 223 Wylde, and let's see what happens here. I'm not going to lie, the optic that's on that 5.56 is not exactly stellar. This one is a little bit better, but let's see if there is any significant difference here. And again, I'm not sure about the zero. We are shooting for group. Wow, that's high. Let's see if this next one goes in the same spot. Did. Sorta. Not sure where that one went. Okay, to this point, I'd say the group, neither one of them is exactly stellar, but so far the 5.56 is shooting 5.56 better than the 223 Wylde. That's pretty clear. Wow, so that's kind of all over the place. Okay, that started way high, started to drift back down, and towards the end there it tightened up a little bit, but that was kind of all over the place. Let me try a couple more just for fun. Again, now it's pretty tight, but those first couple of rounds were not exactly stellar. Now I'm pretty much punching the same hole though. Much tighter now, and again, I'm not the best shot in the world, but I'm pretty sure I'm not that bad. We've got a camera downrange on the targets. It's gonna be very curious to see what happens. So now we're gonna run the same 223 ammo through both rifles and see what happens. Okay, so now we're gonna run some 223 ammo through both rifles and see what we see. Both of these these 5.56 rounds and 223 rounds are both 55 grain. The 5.56 rounds are Cabela's 5.56 rounds. These 223 rounds are 55 grain. My loads, and again, so it's, you're never going to get an exact apples to apples comparison when you're shooting, comparing 5.56 to 223, but it is the same ammo going through both rounds, or through both rifles. One thing I do like about this, I actually put in a Rise Armament. It's a 140. It's a drop-in trigger upgrade. This is one of the nicest AR triggers I've ever tried. I've tried some others, some CMCs, and a few others, and I tell you what, for the money, this was a very nice drop-in trigger, about 3.5 pound. It's adjustable, I think, to 3 to 4 pound, but I have to have it like right around 3.5. Not bad, I like it. So check one of those out if you get a chance. So all right, we're gonna pick a different target and see how this does with the 223s. That's not bad. Not too awful bad. That, I believe I made that first hole just a touch bigger. And that one went right back where the second hole was. Going just a touch left, but still. That's really just making the same, well, that one went low, but that group, as far as 223s from 100 yards, the first one went about dead center, then the rest of them started going left, but they were tight. The group was really tight. So, not too bad. 223s going through the 223 Wylde, not too awful bad. So, let's see how the 5.56 does. All right. Gonna shoot at the same target. Gonna send the same 55 grain 223 rounds through my Ruger AR 5.56. Again, both of them have a 16-inch barrel. Both of them have a 1/8 twist, and I know there are many other extenuating factors that go into accuracy and everything else, but this will at least give us a general idea. Is there a significant difference going from 5.56 to 223? So, or is it just me, or is it the rifle in general? We're about to find out. Could be me, I'm not gonna lie. And again, the optic I have on this particular rifle is not the best, which might have something to do with it, but let's see what we got here. That one went low and right. That's right on top of that one. That one went just a little higher than the others, but that one's in the red. And that may have been me. That one was down with the other group. That one went way low and right. That one was with the original group. Okay, looking at it through the optic, again, this is not the best optic. The optic on the 223 Wylde is a little bit better. However, that being said, we're at 100 yards. The group I shot with the 5.56, albeit not terrible, not near as tight as the 223 Wylde. There is definitely a difference. I'll have to look at the footage of the target to kind of see what happened with the 5.56 rounds. I would say overall, there's probably the 223 Wylde is probably more accurate overall, but I can definitely see at first glance there is a difference between the accuracy of the 5.56 through this Ruger 5.56 and the 223 Wylde going down to this, and the 223 rounds going through the 5.56 and the 223 Wylde. There is definitely a difference in accuracy. It's definitely noticeable. So we'll have to look at the footage of the targets and see what we got. So, okay, so we started off with 5.56 rounds. These right here, I think I shot about a 5 or 6 round group with my Ruger AR 5.56, and they were a bit spread out on the 5.56. And again, the optic on that is not exactly stellar, but it's not terrible either. When I fired the 5.56 rounds through the 223 Wylde, they started out up here, but when they came back down, they started to tighten up a little bit. And I think I even shot a few more through the 223 Wylde, but the last few were pretty tight. I don't know if it would need to heat up a little bit, but definitely a little tighter at the end than the 5.56 was. These are the 223 rounds. The very first shot of the 223 round, easy for me to say, going through the 223 Wylde was almost dead center. And then the rest of them kind of stayed over here, but fairly tight. All of this down here are the 223 rounds going through the Ruger AR 5.56, and they are definitely more spread out. And again, the 5.56 rounds, I'm not exactly sure, but when you compare the 223 rounds going through both rifles, the 223 Wylde was definitely more accurate, without question. So, if you're interested in getting a 5.56 AR platform rifle, check out the 223 Wylde. It definitely, supposedly in theory, it's supposed to give you the best worlds, or best of both worlds, that is. It's supposed to be equally as accurate as, with 5.56 as it is with 223. So far, so good. And again, this is the first time I've shot that 223 Wylde at 100 yards. At 50 yards, it was really tight. Some of that could have been me, but it's some of the, I just put that optic on there. We'll see. But so far, very happy with the 223 Wylde. Thank you for watching. Stay 2A strong.
I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone.